Welcome to the Integrated. This is Eva Olaskova. I'd like to send a message to all beautiful women out there that suppress their feminine for the sake of their survival. We all share this inner urge and calling in reclaiming what is ours. And we're doing it the best we can. And I'm here to support you. You're not doing it alone. And what serves me on my own journey, I love sharing it with you. If that helps you, it makes it worthy. And it's something to celebrate for me as well. So thank you for you. I celebrate you. Many of us adopted on the role of masculine, of the strong, high achiever, hardworking woman, sometimes or frequently working harder than men themselves, and very often surrounded by men who actually rely on our direction, on our power, pulling them with us. In a way, we were in control. It's extremely draining, it's not satisfying, and it's frustrating. But that's who we became in order to make sure we're safe, in order to get to the next day. So as the time passes, as the years are passing, it becomes slowly unbearable, the build-up effect and the lack of energy we frequently experience is precisely because we're cutting literally ourselves off our own flow of vital force energy, because we are not being true to our true essence, to who we are at soul level, who we came here to be. So realigning ourselves with our heart, with its calling, reconnecting with our own body and its feminine energy, its essence, its shape. It's a journey of stripping down, smashing down so many barriers. And there's lots of fear triggers that come along the way. And yeah, many times I was like, whoa, what a stage. I'm out of it. Yes, I did it. I'm done. It may take a few hours or one day. And the next stage, next level comes, next layer. And the fear triggers come on you from different angle, different taste of it, because you keep pushing forward. So what I learned is I push myself because I've been quite extreme and wanting to have everything done for yesterday because it's been a long journey. Don't do that. Be gentle with yourself. You want to make it. So little step, step by step. So this is my little warning as well, because I set myself for a very extremely difficult journey because I kept pushing like a ball, like what I am. So now what I learned about honoring myself, my being tuned in with my own emotions and what my body signals me, and all the triggers, it's do not do not stop myself when I feel it, but go to that barrier and stay with that barrier there and feel it. Do not push against it. Stay there. The next time you come to it, you're familiar with it. You relax, you open because you've been there before and nothing bad happened. So you can go a bit further and the barrier moves there. And again, and you can even feel the energies and shaking and lots of resistance. Stay there. Breathe. Open up. Trust. Remind yourself why you're doing it. You're doing it for yourself because you're deserving and worthy of much more from life. You're giving to yourself right now because you're scared of breaking some unwritten rules that have been imposed upon you that are not functional and are actually limiting you and are impacting you on levels you may not even be aware of today because you're still stuck there. So keep doing this. And always take some time on each stage. Stay there with yourself. And if you have people in your life with who you share actively your own processes, make them participate of it. Make them active part of it and ask them to actually be there. Be that trigger of resistance and just stay there. And trust in their own values and integrity and be there. And feel the gratitude for this person who represents this, because they're essential for you to actually go to the next stage. See their value. Communicate, because once you communicate, it's another way of moving energies. Express yourself so you're being actually understood, so you actually put out there what are your needs at that stage of your journey, which means it's another way of asking you of dropping all this mask of power woman, of the superwoman. I was one of them, and sometimes she still wants to come in. So as I stepped on this journey and increased the intensity of my intentions of where I'm heading, there's a constant. No matter what I do, there's still always the same question. Does this situation, action, people support where I'm heading? Is this assisting me or supporting me in the life I'm building, where I want to be? That's the only compass you need. That's the only yes you need. And it comes from you, from no one else. Never. So there may be people who disagree with you, who are going to be highly disappointed. You'll be judged by them because you're actually leaving behind all those limitations. It may not be something you want to hear. It's time to let them go. Because where you're heading, you cannot carry them with you. You cannot even carry many parts of you there with you, because they are not you. They're not representing you, who you are and what you're becoming. So I'd like to invite you to play with clothes. Start with what you feel comfortable with, just a little bit on the edge. Like, for example, I was always wearing hoodies with pockets, very baggy. I was hiding. I was even arching my back in order to hide anything that would suggest I'm a woman. And I looked a lot into psychology of the body when I started observing myself, how I felt, depending on how I changed my body posture. So you want to feel confident. You straighten your back. You're facing something challenging. You put your hands up in a sign of victory. It changes something in your brain. It unlocks something in your brain. And something similar is happening with the clothes you wear. So I personally started with very colorful, childlike, beautiful clothes, very girly-like, to discover all that innocence, all that playfulness, all that joy. And you stay with it for as long as you wish. You're not gonna stay in that stage forever, but take your time. Then there's archetypes like nearly slutty-like archetype. Play with it, and there's gonna be fears coming on you from many directions, and plus maybe some judgment. You are literally ripping yourself out with the roots from something that was holding you stagnant, holding you hostage for the whole lifetime and maybe more lifetimes. Therefore, yes, that fear is gonna be there, but that's why we've got this technique. Find that point where you start nearly shaking and everything in you boiling, and stop there. Sit with it. Be aware of it. Be open to it. Breathe through it. Take your time. Then you can retrieve to recover. At least that's my case, because I need to take on my own advice. I take two big chunks, and as I'm taking on these more mature energies are actually being there for that trigger for me. And sometimes it takes my breath away. And sometimes I'm forcing myself to stay there for longer than I should, until I just have to drop everything I was doing and withdraw myself. But I don't go into my cocoon. I still stay in the same space. And I just feel what I feel with the trust that I'm being held, I'm being accepted, I'm not being judged, I'm being respected. So if you don't have anyone around you who can do this for you, you still can do it yourself with walking on the street. How do you feel when you walk towards strangers? What do they awaken in you? Do you cross on the other side of the road? I've done it sometimes because of the energy they were carrying. So maybe I'm not saying do not go completely around them, but do not do it as extreme as you would in the past. One step closer and just breathe through it and observe. Yeah, it feels very real, it feels very challenging, but at the end, as these people just pass you by, nothing really happened. And there's gonna be processes you're gonna have to be working through afterwards. It's not like that sin is gone and you're sorted. No, there's gonna be lots of inner work coming from that, lots of meditation, lots of breath work, movement. Move your body to move energy. Shake it all off. Reset in the morning, reset at night, and move it. And take as many pauses in between stages as you need. Reset. The reset word is so important. Regroup in a sense of reclaim your energy. Feel strong in again. And again, each day, use your intuition. What clothes I'm gonna wear today? What is it that I would never wear because I would feel uncomfortable? You don't have to go full on in there, but the stage of it. And if still by the evening you don't like it, you do not feel comfortable with it, observe what was it, why you did not feel comfortable. Is because it's not your thing, it does not represent you, or because it was pushing far too much your barriers, because it's not supporting this role of this strong feminine woman that's nearly a man. You've got this. Breathe through it. You're not doing it alone. There's many of us. And I'm here to support you and guide you with my own story, with what worked for me. And if you resonate with me, I'm very grateful if you can benefit from it. And that fulfills me a lot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for you.